Hello everyone, I'm from Group 5. My name is Joko and our group is Jul Indra, Resi, Richard, Sondang, and Syaiful. Today we are going to present making decision with uncertainty. Our outline is we are going to explain that chapter 17 explain about the random variables and probability, uncertainty in pricing, run experiments to reduce uncertainty, minimizing expected error cost, and risk versus uncertainty. Okay. Every day we are dealing with so many decisions that unfortunately we have to take in kind of uncertainty situations. This makes management and probably us in the near future that we have to decide whether we want to take probably the best decision in some uncertainty situations. This chapter basically show alternatives on how to make decisions in uncertainty. This chapter show you how to quantify the uncertainty by replacing known quantities with random variables, which we will describe in later on. Okay. As probably we already understand also, when you make some decision, there's no some kind of too many information that we want to have, especially when we want to take decision in some of a significant decision on some significant problem. We will gather so many information that we probably won't feel satisfied with the information. When you're dealing with the uncertainty, this chapter give you some tools to dealing with is with identify the situation in which it takes on different values. So any uncertainties will be assigned with some values created, and also you have to list possible values it could take and assign probability to its values. So it's a matter about dealing the uncertainty and assign some probabilities in this situation. When you are uncertain about the cost or benefit of a decision, assign a simple probability distribution to the variable and compute expected cost and benefits. Let me describe in some simple example. If we go to the comic book and we dealing with the wheel of cash, that say that wheel of cash consists of three pie chart, and it is distributed evenly. This is separated evenly, which it consists of $70, $50, and $5. If we want to put our investment, which is the price of how to make this controls, simply if we have to submit our cash, we have to pay the cash in, let's say, about $20 in order to get 70 and 50, or you get loss if you get the 5. So this chapter show you that probabilities assigned to this kind of decision, whether you want to put this many dollars in this game or not. because in this probability there are 1/3 for each of the results, 1/3 for each of the result. And dealing with uncertainty is that this is uncertain, but sometimes the carnival give some weight on this wheel so that the probability of 5 will turn more than the other 17 or 15. So if the $5 pie is result twice much than more than the 75 and 50, the first 1/3 times 50 and 1/3 times 75 and 1/3 times 5, the probability will result if it's 5 is twice as much, twice more than the other 50 and 75. It will be 1% for 50 and 1% for 75 and 1/3 for 1/3 of 5. 2/3, sorry, 2/3. So this kind of situation really work that these techniques will apply when you deal with uncertainty, because this is uncertainty, but no matter the substance is that you assign probabilities in which of the decision will gives you more in the result, best. It's like that. So this is one of the quotes that when customers have unknown values, you face a familiar trade-off. Price high and sell only to high-value customer, or price low and sell to all customers. This is one of the decision-making process, whether you want to sell in high or whether you want to sell in low price. This is some of the example. Now, let my partner present about more in about.
Okay, thank you, Pak Joko. Frog have a case whether we have this is case from XYZ company. XYZ company have two product A and product B. First, product A will have cost $200, but it has revenue 1 million, and they have probability. Probability is half and half. 50%, 50%. How do we calculate the variables? First, we calculate this one. 1 million minus 200 is this one. Probability is 100%, and 50%, and then the 50% from cost will be probability of loss, and then we plus from the product is about 200 kilo. But there is some probability that product A will profit 100K and loss 200K. The second product is product B. The cost is 100 and the revenue is 600K. But they have a different probability. First is 25% and the cost and maybe is 25%. The product B has a profit 500K and maybe scrap a loss 100K. How product to determine which is product to be launched. It means this is the situation. Product A is the decision, the probability have 300K and if your product B is 350K. But the profit is more product A. The product A will be profit 100K, but product B will have profit only 500K. This is how the XYZ software company to make a decision. And then the second case is when the company how to enter, how or not to enter, how to enter. When the company want to enter the market, they have probability enter profit is $5. But if the price is low, the enter profit may be minus $5. Or they keep out and keep the money, and they have nothing loss and nothing profit. Okay, the next answer sequencing will be presented by Pasek.
Let's see. The next is about pricing, uncertainty in pricing. Actually, this kind of uncertainty in pricing is happen when you do not the demand the product. This is how we set the price at the first time. We don't know the demand and how to set this price in the market. There is two, like the first time said that there is two decisions that we should make whether we go sell it in high price or in the low price, and in the high price we can get the high value customer, and in the low price we can get all the customer. Let's say this is the example of how we set decision to set the price, whether it is high or low. We can maybe the product cost of the product cost is about $3. Product cost is about $3, and then how is the price to the market? If we go to, there is two we set in high price we set it in $8 and low price is $5. We calculate it in the profit. How much the profit that we get if we sell high and if we sell low. From this decision tree, we can see at the high price, if we sell it in the $8 and the product is in 3, the profit is 5, and the probability to get the high value customer is 50%. And we calculate it, 50% goes to $5 profit, and 50% we are not getting any profit to the low value customer. And we get 2.5. And we set the price in the low. We set price low about $5, and we get profit $2. And we can sell to the all of the customer, high value and low customer. Is we can get the probability for 50% from the profit, and the low probability 50% for the profit. We get $2. From this decision tree, we can make a decision that we can get a decision that we should tour in the campus. This is about how to make decision to in uncertainty. Next is Sondang.
Hello class, are you still with me? This is very difficult because someone recording it. Okay. Actually, I will talk about the experiment. Why group do the experiment in this chapter? This is an experiment to reduce the uncertainty, but actually the experiment he do the experiments to get more information about benefit and cost, so he can reduce the uncertainty. So he made an experiment. Actually, the experiment is like this. So there is two different restaurant, one in Dallas and one in Fort Worth. I do some googling and this is on the Texas. The distance between Dallas and Fort Worth is about 33.6 miles. So it's about 40 kilometers. It's about the distance between Jakarta to Cikarang. So what actually do with the restaurant? In Dallas, they make a new menu. They call it holiday menu. But in the Fort Worth, they don't introduce the new menu. They want to know the difference in the revenue. So before in the Dallas store, we call it the treatment group because in this store we introduce a new menu. But in the Fort Worth, we call it control group. We don't introduce anything. So business as usual. In the private revenue in Dallas, which is we introduce a new menu, the revenue is 23,600 and the post menu is 28,500. The difference is 4,900. In the Fort Worth, the difference is between prime menu and post menu revenue without any new menu introduced is 4,600. This is economists call this difference indifferent. So there is actually two differences. One is before and after treatment. The second one is difference between this. So based on this, there is no significant difference. There is no significant difference because we introduce a new menu. Because in the case in the Dallas store, the consumer in Dallas is it's not a new entrant, but it's the old customer, but choose the new menu. So actually there is no, the new menu doesn't affect the revenue, the only cannibalization. So the previous consumer only prefer the new menu. New menu doesn't attract a new customer. So based on the difference on the experiments, you can say that there is no benefit to introduce a new menu. So the other things that important is to balance representative with engage. So because this is a statistic, we must sure that what is happened in the Fort Worth is representative in Dallas. For example, what happened in the Fort Worth, because there is no menu introduction, is also happened in the Dallas. That's why representative is very important. We can say, how we can say that the Dallas store and Fort Worth is representative each other, because the distance only 33.6 miles. The other thing is leakage. Leakage is leakage about information. So if people who come to Dallas and then come to Fort Worth, they know that in the Dallas store there is a new menu. They will come to the Fort Worth store because in their mind they know that there is a new menu. This is called leakage. How to do the minimize the leakage? We can choose the more far restaurant. In the case, bro, they choose restaurant in Oklahoma City. The distance is about 203 miles from Dallas. So the leakage will not happen, but is it representative what happened in the Dallas and what happened in Oklahoma City? So in the group, they say that we must make a balance between representativeness and the leakage for the experiment. I think that's all. Thank you.
Thank you, Pak Sondang. I will continue about the making decision with uncertainty. Actually, this is quite membingungkan for me. Because we are talking about the uncertainty. Okay, this slide I will introduce about the minimizing expected error cost. This approach is actually used if you are facing the decision where one of our alternative will work well in one of the state of the country, but in other state of the country it's not work well. But we don't know which country will be in. So this one talking about the minimizing expected error cost. Again, as my friends already talked about the diagram, I will take the example of XYZ company. Actually, whether company will enter the product or will launch the new product, there always form of probability they will have. I will try to show it in the diagram. We will always have minimum of two alternatives. The first one is launch the product, and the second one is kill the product. From both of these, we will have two probabilities. The first one is the product will be profitable, and the second one is unprofitable. So we will have four probability of result. If the product is launched and profitable, or if the product is not launched and is unprofitable, we call it zero effect, or it is the correct decision. Probably it will be the correct decision. But we will also have the negative, we call it false decision. This one, if the product is launched but unprofitable, and the product is not launched but it should be profitable. This one is false negative, and this one is false positive. There's the profit value of the probability of this value is coming. We call it probability of error value, or we show it in the P average. This one is probability false. Probability or error. So based on this diagram, usually there is an optimal decision to choose the smaller value of one of this alternative. Which one is having the smaller expected errors from this number? Well, we don't know the probability of its decision without doing the market research or the cost research. So actually, the key to do this calculation or this decision is by doing the research market or cost market. But we know that the research will take times, and then will also use some money. So there's a trade-off if you are doing the call it minimizing expected error cost. So usually the manager or the owner of the company will always try to balance the decision whether they want to delay the launching of the product or whether they want to let the customer launch the product first because we are delaying our launching of the product, or probably if the company is and the PLC diagram is on the slope menurun, it will decrease the profit of the company, or it will kill the company itself. So this one is quite good. This is good way to get the decision. So after we get the probability from the research market, probability. Actually, the company will approve the project if the probability of the profitable product will have higher number than the probability of the loss or error of the launching of the product. Okay, I think that's the minimizing expected error cost for me. It will continue by Pak. Sorry, another one. Because failed initiative are feasible but never attempt initiative are not. So it's obvious that if we launch the product and it's unprofitable or it's false negative, it will always can be seen by all of the people. So sometimes the manager or the decision maker in the company will tend or will try to get as good as information as the probability value before they launch the product. But if the product is not launched and it should be profitable, nobody will know that because it's never happened. Okay, next will be the part later.
Okay, class. Before you decide in decision making, business or anything, please know what is risk and uncertainty. Just like the previous slide before, that many counting in uncertainty, but we will want to give you the definition about risk and uncertainty. Risk is something that can harmful or can leak or anything that have negative impacts to your in terms of business. It become more harmful for your profit, your business process, your production, anything. But to know the risk is it can minimize that's negative effect. Risk you only can manage, you can only minimize, but you cannot reject it. And risk is always surrounding us. So counting your risk in your business, so it makes your business more calculated and more precise. But uncertainty, you cannot count it. It's more unpredictable more than the risk itself. So please do not manage your treat your uncertainty in business become your risk, because it makes you more overconfidence. Uncertainty, the uncertainty things in your business, but you memperlakukan sebagai sebuah risk. It's you cannot treat like that because you cannot calculate about the uncertainty. Uncertainty means that you do not anything, but overconfidence if you treat just like risk. So that's all about our presentation from Group 5. If there's any questions from you, please. Okay. Bu Selo.
Since I came from risk management and
This is a very tough question.
no, this is like a question that I just want to share. There is a shifting the meaning of risk and uncertainty. Based on macroeconomic events such as crime rate, power and others, WTC and others, there are what we call the regulation bodies define new perception about risk. Risk is not always about negative things. Risk also about the opportunity. So maybe all of you already heard about ISO 50000. Have you ever heard about that? Especially Joe, because in ISO 50000, there are risks comes on at the first time before you are doing a business, before you are identifying the process business. That's why risk comes up first at the beginning before you are doing the business, because uncertainty. So meaning risk based on ISO 30000, risk is uncertainty. Right now, they are shifting from the previous definition about risk, which is always talking about the negative side. But right now also there is an upside, we call it upside view about risk. And you already mentioned before that because risk you cannot what you say? Yes, to facing a risk, you have like four methods. The first, you are rejected. You can reject the risk. The second is you can transfer it. The third, you can divide it, or you can accept it. This is the method whenever you are want to deal with risk. As long as you are already manage your risk, also as you already thinking about contingency, you can manage risk. That's what we call about risk. This is the risk.
That's a very good explanation about risk, and this from this chapter 17 is this is how from give us the example or the framework on how we deal with uncertainty. So I will quote the last paragraph of the program. Because we can never eliminate uncertainty, we must learn to fight effectively despite it. We can do this by developing simple, flexible plans. In my opinion, simple, flexible plans mean ISO, when you can define uncertainty to risk. And also, developing simple, flexible plan, planning for likely contingencies, as you already mentioned it. And then developing standard operating procedures, also in the ISO and GCG, I assume, and fostering initiative among subordinates. So, because we cannot eliminate uncertainty, we try to shift the uncertainty to risk. Actually, this is what from uncertainty to turn uncertainty into risk. By what? And it's by already we must learn to fight the uncertainty. We can do by developing simple, flexible plan, planning for likely contingencies, and developing standard operating procedures, and so on.
The point is what we are learning from first. It's okay, but it's already true since from already established this method many years before. I just want to share what kind of
Thank you for
Maybe I want to correct it because the risk is there is a two risk, negative risk and positive risk.
Upside and downside.
If what we our response is based on two risks. Okay, when we have a positive risk, we must exploit and hence I'm forgetting. But before we get transfer or etc. Maybe.
Yes. For method to manage risk.
Thank
If
you.
there is upside or downside.
And also we are doing your contribution. There is also opportunity because there is high risk, high
I just
opportunity,
wanted
and
to
high
share
profit.
all of you
Yeah.
because if you think about risk means always negative.
Oh, yeah.
Please also see the opportunity.
When there is always.
As long as you already think about contingency, you can go with it.
Ibu Sel,
Yes.
are you married?
Not yet.
Not yet. When you get married later on, is there a risk?
Of course.
Risk of relationship.
Positive or negative risk?
Positive.
Can you manage the risk of getting married with someone? Can you manage the risk? Of course, right?
Yes.
Bibit, bebet, bobot, and those kind of things, right? Yeah. I mean, yes, Frog is beautifully, he divided into, or defined it differently between risk and uncertainty, right? Risk, we can manage it, but uncertainty, sometimes we cannot. Most of the time, we cannot. Okay. I think we agree on that. Let's move on, right? Because we have to move on to another team. All right, okay. Would you like to take one more question? Is that okay?
It's okay.
It's okay. Please.
I'm also doing the assignment
On uncertainty.
already under uncertainty. But my question is, how do we know that we are in uncertainty situation? How do we know that?
Basically that Joko has mentioned, with uncertainty we are almost blind. I mean, there is no data, there is no we cannot predict, there is no we can assume something like that. So it's just like kita nggak bisa tebak, just like uncertainty condition.
Okay, I have a sample that this will be given up all of you. How about Korea? The second, is that uncertainty for PGF or not?
Well, the thing interesting.
Just to remind you that you are recording.
About the whole uncertainty.
Okay.
Is that for PGF?
Should we
Uncertainty.
turn around the camera?
We don't think that.
About the growing about holding weapon sector energy for PGF, is that uncertainty or not?
No, or risk. No, it's not uncertainty. Why? Because there will be a regulation from the government to regulate what is holding, what the holding itself. Just like our minister said that 1 month ahead that there will be peraturan pemerintah, they will be released. But of course, it's not enough. I mean that the part Pertamina and also PJN must be something to make other regulation then to minimize the synergy between the Pertamina and also in the holding itself. So I think if there is a regulation, there is
So we certain, right?
yeah, there's no uncertainty about that.
So we don't have to worry about it.
But in a company, yes, maybe there is no uncertainty, but in the employee wise, there is uncertainty. Even we are not have merger with Pertamina, we also have uncertainty. Uncertainty everywhere, but if you join Pertamina, we don't have a career plan, we have uncertainty. Even we still in PGA, we don't know.
I would like to bring back the topics in this from chapter 17. Every day we deal with uncertainty, especially with this holding company. Yes, the employee will deal with uncertainty. But Fro taught us how to deal with that. So if you want to make this uncertainty into shifting into more certain or risk, then we have to calculate. Probably for myself as an employee, we have to calculate whether this significant decision will impact on our employees' benefits, maybe as natural. But yes, it's uncertain. But yes, we can do something to shift it.
Okay, thank you, Tim. Pak Yohanes, based on your questions, can we divide then business risk and employment risk? Right. On the business risk, probably the risk is